Geno Smith's fearless approach to throwing the football, often threading the needle into tight coverage, can be both a tremendous asset and a significant liability. And in the Las Vegas Raiders' recent 20-9 defeat to the Los Angeles Chargers, it unfortunately leaned heavily toward the latter. But here's where it gets controversial. Was Smith simply being too aggressive? Or was the team's overall strategy forcing his hand? During one of the Raiders' rare opportunities to spark a comeback, Smith's boldness backfired. With just over 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter and facing a daunting 3rd and 15, Smith targeted veteran wide receiver Jakobi Meyers, who was tightly covered by 2 defenders. Despite the double coverage, Smith threw the ball anyway. The pass was deflected by Chargers safety Derwin James and intercepted by cornerback Dante Jackson, abruptly ending the Raiders' drive and momentum. Raiders head coach Pete Carroll didn't hold back his disappointment, but also hinted at the complexity of the situation. "I'm not supporting some of the choices there," he said. "I need to see what happened, though. I want to see if he had other options." At Allegiant Stadium, Smith completed 24 of 43 passes for 180 yards, but threw 3 interceptions, resulting in a passer rating of just 37. Each interception followed a similar pattern: risky throws that drained the team's momentum and ultimately hurt their chances. The first interception came on the very first play of the game. Smith aimed for wide receiver Trey Tucker. The Chargers safety Alohi Gilman managed to tip the ball, which was then intercepted by linebacker Diane Henley. This early turnover set a challenging tone for the Raiders. Later, after Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert connected on a massive 60-yard touchdown pass to Quentin Johnston, pushing Los Angeles ahead 17-6 late in the second quarter, the Raiders needed a clutch 2-minute drive to stay competitive. However, Smith's aggressive style again led to trouble. Rolling right to avoid pressure, he threw toward rookie wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr. near the goal line. The pass was tipped and intercepted by safety Tony Jefferson, killing the drive and the Raiders' hopes of closing the gap. Smith took responsibility for these mistakes, saying, "Those are things that I got to learn from and be better at. Anything that doesn't look right out there, I put that on my shoulders. I feel like I got to be a lot better for our guys. I know I have to, and I will be." Since becoming a starter with the Seattle Seahawks in 2022, Smith has earned a reputation as an effective deep ball passer. Over the past 3 seasons, he has posted an impressive passer rating of 109.2 on throws traveling 10 or more yards in the air. For example, in Week 1 against the New England Patriots, Smith was nearly perfect on deep passes, 20-plus air yards, completing 4 of 5 for 120 yards, a touchdown, and a passer rating of 158.3. But the Chargers' disciplined defense flipped the script entirely. Smith was unable to complete a single pass on 12 attempts, traveling 10 or more yards downfield, a dubious feat tied for the most attempts without a completion since ESPN began tracking such data in 2006. Coach Carroll pointed to impatience in the Raiders' passing game as a root cause, which forced Smith into taking risky deep shots instead of working the ball underneath. "I know that the picks are a big issue, but that's not my concern," Carroll explained. "My concern is why we didn't get the bulk thrown and caught underneath, and we wound up taking those shots." Overall, the Raiders' offense struggled mightily, undermining a strong defensive effort in the second half. The defense held the Chargers to just 3 points after halftime, keeping the game within reach, but the offense couldn't capitalize. The Raiders also faced significant challenges in the trenches. Their offensive line allowed 16 pressures and 3 sacks, making it difficult for Smith to find clean pockets. On the ground, the team managed only 68 rushing yards, with rookie running back Ashton Jeanty carrying 11 times for 43 yards. Smith remained humble and focused on improvement despite the tough outing. "I'm never going to make any excuses about anything," he said. "I've got to be better. We've got to be better. And we've got a short week to improve on that." So what do you think? Is Geno Smith's aggressive style a necessary risk for a quarterback trying to make big plays? Or is it time for the Raiders to dial back and focus on safer, more methodical passing? Could the offensive line struggles be forcing Smith into these tough decisions? Share your thoughts. Do you agree with Coach Carroll's assessment, or do you believe Smith deserves more credit for his fearless approach? The debate is wide open.